Hey everybody, so today we are going to start our next unit, our second unit, and that unit is about Kemal Ataturk in Turkey. So before we get into the heart of what we're going to be talking about, I wanted to give you a little bit of background, and that background is going to come from the rise and the fall of the Ottoman Empire. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. So for your do now, I gave you an image. And I want you to really take time to stop and look at this image and tell me what you see. So just jot down the things that you see before you do anything else. Then I want you to jot down, what do you think? What do you think is happening here? What do you think this image means, right? What do you think is the purpose of this image? And then what do you wonder, right? What questions come up? So come up with at least 1 or 2 questions that come up that aren't really made clear from this image, because this image does not give you everything. So just a few vocabulary terms that I want you to know. What is the Ottoman Empire? So it was an Islamic-run superpower that ruled over modern-day Middle East, Eastern Europe, and North Africa. So if you look at this map, right, this area right here, right, this is Northern Africa, right? So this right here is Africa, right? This is what we know to be the Middle East, which is really just Southwest Asia. But this is the Middle East, and this is Eastern Europe, right? So they had control over everything that's in the green was considered the Ottoman Empire. Islam is the religious faith of Muslims based on the words and religious system founded by the Prophet Muhammad and taught by the Quran, right? So people who believe in the Islamic faith, they are called Muslims. And these are the people that ruled over the Ottoman Empire, which is significant because during this time, most of the large empires were ruled by Christians, right? Either Christianity, or you had in Asia you had the Chinese empires, but the Ottoman Empire was ruled by Muslims. Nationalism. It's a strong attachment to a particular country or nation, usually your nation, right? So wherever it is that you're from. And it's also the idea that a particular country should be able to rule themselves without influence of other nations. So if you look at this picture here, this is the Turkish flag, so the country Turkey, right? And these people are showing their flag, right? They're showing that they are very, very attached to their country, right? That they really, really have pride in their country. So normally when you see people waving a flag, right, that is the idea that they love their country, right? And because of that, they want to be able to have a say in what happens in their country. All right, so for this next part, if you want to pause this video while you go and click on the Ed Puzzle link on your handout, the Ed Puzzle video link is going to send you to a video where there are some questions, right? The questions are going to come up as you watch the video, so it'll pause it for you. If you need to rewatch that section, you can just click the rewatch button. But make sure that you log in with your EBC email through Google, okay? All right, so today we're going to be looking at expanded sentences. Most of you, if you are not new to this school, you have done expanded sentences before, but I just wanted to put this here so that you guys maybe forgot over the summer, or maybe you are new to the school, right? But when we're writing expanded sentences, right, we're looking at the kernel, right, which is an undetailed summary of a text that needs to be expanded, right? So it's a summary of a text, but it's very, very, very basic. It's very, very, general, right? So we look at the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, sometimes the how, right, of the text or of a given situation, and try to figure out what are the important details that's going to help me expand this sentence, right? So you want to go from an undetailed summary to a detailed summary using these pieces of information, right? Some important things to note is that you always put the when first, right? If it's there. Sometimes it's not there. In that case, you can go with whatever feels right for the sentence, usually the who. But you always put the when first. And the what is always part of the kernel, right? So that might not be the entire kernel, but it will be part of the action. So for example, right, I gave you my example, but I want you to write your own in your worksheets, right? So you're going to just fill in the blanks using any piece of information just to practice this, right? So the kernel is he ran. So this is random information. I'm just adding anything here. So who? Edward, right? What did he do? He ran to the store. Now notice my kernel was he ran, right? But I added to the store, right? I added on. When did this happen? In the morning. Where did this happen? In Brooklyn. Why did it happen? He was hungry. And how was he running? He was running quickly, right? So my expanded sentence becomes, this morning in Brooklyn, Edward quickly ran to the store because he was hungry. So notice all of the details that I have here, right? I put into my expanded sentence. So instead of this like little weak sentence here, he ran, right? Gives me no information. I don't know who he is. I don't know why he's running. I don't know where he's running, right? I don't have any information based on this kernel. But now that I expanded my sentence, I have all the information that I need. All right, so I give you here for your independent work, I give you an example based on this text, right? So my kernel was the expanded, right? So the Ottoman Empire was founded in 1299 by a family of nomadic Turks from the region in Western Asia, also known as Asia Minor. Eventually, the Ottoman Empire ruled over vast lands that included a very diverse group of inhabitants. By the 1600s, it became one of the world's most powerful and long-lasting dynasties in world history. This Muslim superpower ruled large areas of the Middle East, Eastern Europe, and North Africa for more than 600 years. The empire's leader, known as the Sultan, had absolute religious and political authority over his people. Western Europeans generally viewed the Ottomans as a threat. However, many historians believe that the Ottoman Empire made the region more stable and secure. It also was a great source of achievements in the arts, science, religion, and culture. Okay, so they expanded. That's the kernel, right? So who expanded? Based on the text, it was the Ottoman Empire. What they expanded is power and territory. Right, so I'm adding to my kernel. When was this? In the 1600s. Where was this happening? The Middle East, Eastern Europe, North Africa. And why was this happening? Why was this able to happen? Because they were led by strong sultans in a region, and they were a region of great achievements. Okay. So now my expanded sentence becomes, in the late 1600s, the Ottoman Empire expanded throughout Asia, Europe, and Africa because they had strong sultans, so that should be sultans, my bad, and was a region of great achievements. Okay? So now you guys can do it independently. Remember, if you have any questions, always feel free to email me, write a private comment, or you can also write a comment inside of the document. Don't forget to turn your work in. Thanks. Bye.